So basically, I just want to talk about um, the boys. So it's on Amazon, and it got like a 3.5 out of 5 stars. You know, and like so, I think that it should have gotten a lot more than that. I think that boys is a very powerful story, and I don't want to make this too long. And here's the reason why: the whole series, the whole freaking um, miniseries, it unpacks all these different characters, and you start getting into the characters and all that, and uh, I think that when it's all said and done, if it wasn't for Homelander, the the movie wouldn't work, or the series wouldn't work. So this guy Homelander is everything, and it rests on him. The whole boys rests on Homelander. So he turns out to be the main subject of I think the boys. It's all about him, and it's about. I mean, you have like a team of people who want to go and kill him, and you have everybody who's afraid of him, and and what he represents are the things that are very very key cativo here. So it's like he he himself is a monster, and so he has to be eliminated. Okay, so that's obvious. And but when you see like the group of people that are attracted to him, they wind up being like the religious, like Christians, right? And it's in the United States, which is the bastion of capitalism and free market economy. So, and that's what's behind the technology that made him, and V, the chemicals, and and uh, and so he he's not just this super villain that you have to take out. He's created by a system that also, symbolically seems to be like asking to be taken out. And at the end of Boys, um, the corporation still gets away with it, and it kind of reminds me of another miniseries, Squid Game. In the very end, um, the people that conduct the Squid Game, they got away with it. Now they're in San Francisco. Now they're in the states, and so the corporation gets away with it. So, in the boys' case, um, um, the company that makes those superheroes gets away with it. They got rid of Homelander, but who says there's not going to be another Homelander? And sure, you could say, well, that's just so that they can create another TV series, like another, like a season, whatever, season what 6 or whatever. And same with Squid Games. Putting that aside, it's just fun to look at it from the story point of view. So like Homelander, if he was any other type of character, it would probably fail as a TV series. But like, so he represents America. He represents capitalism. He represents monotheism, not just Christianity, but monotheism. He represents all these things that in reality is it's beginning to implode. Like so, like look at Donald Trump and look at how his approval rating have gone down. They're like 3% worse than Joe Biden and Joe Biden's worst month. And so like Homelander, Trump is invading other countries. He already invaded Venezuela. He took out the president there, making him a prisoner. He kills the the leader of Iran, and he all these things. He's like Homelander, right? And his religious base, MAGA, they're all Christians. I mean, I don't know, like I always fall into this trap of overgeneralizing the enemy. I can't help it because sometimes I can't help but just see red. Um, so, like regarding I mean, the flag, red, white, and blue. So you have like blue is Democrat and red is Republican, but it's just like red. Because like he's trying to get rid of everything Democratic. And yeah, I'm wearing blue, right? Oh, you're a liberal. Um, and oh, look, my mouse is red. So hey. Um, so he um, he's run amok, and I don't know like how far I want to get into this. Um, and I could. He does. He's like so he's pretty much like running on mental vapors right now. Like so when he started, like his first presidency, it's like he had some kind of a solid platform. Even though I didn't like it, it was still solid because like what were the Democrats promising? It was like kind of nebulous. Oh yeah, free healthcare. Education and yeah, um, and a lot of people didn't like Obamacare. So okay, let's give this guy a try. And so it's like, okay, no wars, America first, and strengthen the border. But the reverse has happened, um, and he's killing people in the Caribbean. It's this is Homelander shit. Homelander, I could see like Trump. Somebody should make a video of Trump like Homelander, and his red and the eyes are red lights. The Republican color is red, and he's zapping these boats, you know, and he's zapping Iran, and he's zapping everybody, and he's threatening like, oh, if you don't listen to me, you ain't gonna have a country left. And so this is Homelander shit. So with the boys, it goes back to the boys. I mean, it's ironic that Amazon made this, which is really weird. It's almost like Bezos and company. They're just trying to be hip. Like, yeah, we're so cool. And so I think they're pulling like the Nixon card. Like, we are so hip. They will give you like Lord of the Rings, and it was woke. Lord of the Rings, like that what they did to it. It was during the Biden administration. It was kind of like it was woke. And then even this is kind of like that. Like if you watch it, it's kind of like poking fun of America. That's one thing about Boys is interesting. It's poking fun in America. It's at least a certain section of America, the Christian religious right section of America. They're poking fun on that, and this whole thing about you know the might makes right, and so to bring this to a close, it's like so Homelander, the whole thing rests on him. The story of Boys rests on Homelander. And so like if it was if he was a different kind of a uniform, I mean the way he's dressed, it's just so like red, white, and blue, and with the religiosity in Boys, it was perfect. They didn't have to do that, but they did, and so you have the odd guts and guns is what made America great behind Homelander. The red eyes, the like he's like everything that Superman does not stand for, right? And he was made by an American corporation, right? And so it's like we create religion. Christianity is like this created thing, um, and these gods. He represents God. He actually begins to think that he is God near the end of the TV series. Now, Trump, he also compared himself to the Savior, to Jesus, right? It's all coming together, and that's why I think The Boys is a great way for social commentary. It's like this silly thing with people with tights flying around and stuff, and it's like you know you get home from your shitty job and you have to eat like, shitty fast food. Well, at least I can watch Amazon Prime. You know, they'll shut me up. But I have to hand it to it because it's supposed to. It opens up your eyes, and so like Homelander had to die, and yet the corporation that made him still lives on. And so it's kind of like now you look outside. It's like, well, when Trump dies, you think the problem is going to be over? No, you still have the corporation that made Homelander.